Hello and welcome. I am Stacy Thomas, author, ALS advocate, film producer, and talk show host. I'm here to motivate, educate, and entertain. Join me on YouTube every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Stacy Thomas Talk Show, where we have powerful discussions centered around health, relationship, careers, and everyday conversation. Follow me on Facebook, I am Stacy Thomas. On Instagram, Stacy Thomas Talk Show. And don't forget, I can promote you too. Email me at iamstacythomas@gmail.com. Now, it's time for the show. Hello, everybody. I'm your host, Stacy Thomas, and here's to another great show coming up. Right, you can follow us on and watch us on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. And to listen to us at a later date, you can listen to WYAD 94.1 Mississippi Radio. Also, I like to remind you guys, everybody, let's be thankful, okay? Today, we're honored to welcome Dr. Deborah D. Ruffin, a transformational leader, life coach, author, and founder of Beautiful LLC, Beautiful You LLC. Known for a powerful message of turning pain into purpose, Dr. D has dedicated her life to empowering young women to discover their voice, embrace their worth, and step boldly into limitless dreams. Everybody, let's welcome Dr. Deborah Ruffin. Hello.
Hello, Stacy. Thank you for having a space for conversation that matters. I am Dr. Deborah D. Ruffin.
I love it. I am excited after talking to you and exactly about what you are doing for women or for young people. It's an exciting topic. Dr. Deborah, you seem to wear many hats, right?
Yes,
but
ma'am.
I know the main thing we want to talk about is your curriculum that you developed. But tell me, you're known for leading from the inside out. I would like to know, what exactly do you mean by that personally?
So, leading from the inside out, most of us women, middle and high school girls, who are insecure or had trauma in their lives, they feel like at that point that they're at their lowest point, so nobody cares. They're hurt, so you have to heal them from the inside. And once you heal them from the inside, their outward appearance, they then look in the mirror and say, I'm beautiful. But you got to heal that inner pain first. So once you heal that inner pain, that out to them, now they see the beauty in themselves. So that's what I mean when I say from inward out.
I love it. I love how you explained it. And it's something to me how a lot of things that we go through in life, not just insecurity, but drug addiction, alcohol addiction, abuse, different things that people deal with. Here you are saying, along with as far as our self-esteem, it's not an outside thing, it's all eternal. It sounds like once we get ourselves together internally, all things can be all right.
Yes, that's absolutely true.
Now, you are an educator. Is it through education when you start speaking on a topic like this? Is this something you observed, something you endured as a child? How or why were you inspired to create this curriculum journal for youth leadership?
My inspiration came from personal life experiences and working with girls in a behavior center. So I started having conversations with them, trying to find out what were their traumas and what did they need to help them change their lifestyle. What did they need to help them to become a leader in society? What would help them step into their purpose? And so after talking to these girls and finding out they had low self-esteem, they said, at that time, they called me grandma in the school system because I was one of the seniors. But they would say, Grandma, thank you for having this conversation with me. Thank you for loving on me. Just a hug, just a kind word. So that's what inspired me to put this curriculum together to uplift our girls, to help them to become the leaders that they are.
Wow. When you look back, would you have thought that you would be doing this now? I mean, because we believe when we're young, we're called for different things. Did you know that you would be called to help young girls?
I did not know that I would be called to help young girls, but I do know I've always enjoyed helping other people. I had a knack for, I don't know, it was something about my story helping other people, things that I've gone through in life. So I found myself always uplifting and inspiring others. And I was like, why not? Why not?
Why not you?
That's my passion. That's my calling. So yeah, why not me?
Wow. And in today's world, right? We've got
Mhm.
social media. And women, young women are comparing themselves to what they see in social media. What is it that you tell young women? Because now you hear about people committing suicide, people feeling bad about the way they look. What do you tell young women when you find out that they're really allowing social media to make them feel the way that they're feeling?
I always tell them to get a mirror. And if you notice on my book, there's a mirror. I always tell them to get that mirror. And I always tell them to write on that mirror or get them a little sticky and tell themselves every morning when they get up, I am enough. I am capable. I do deserve a seat at that table because they are. It really, really upsets me when we have, and no harm intended, no disrespect, but when you see uh performers like Beyonce. The girls feel like they got to have that Beyonce look in order for them to be successful. Absolutely not. God created you in your own image. You are who you are. And the beauty comes again from the inside out. So your personality speaks for you. And we need to uplift these girls, motivate these girls, and tell them, no, you don't have to have the body of Beyonce. But you, the individual, you, look in that mirror. God created you in your own image. So therefore, you are beautiful. Walk in that
Wow.
purpose.
Walk in that purpose. I love it. I love it. As a transformational leader, okay, see, here we go with these many hats. As a transformational leader, what? So you're teaching the young girls, you're a transformational leader. What is it that is the biggest mind shifts that people need to make them step into their purpose?
I think discovering your voice early. They have to learn how to discover their voice early and protect their identity before society gets a hold of them.
Before society gets a hold to them.
Yes.
So
So if we start working with them now, before they're actually out there in society, before they're out there into the real world, they're prepared for it. They can
they're
walk
prepared
boldly,
for it.
they can hold their head up upright.
Yes, ma'am. I'll tell you something that I've talked about with other people. And I've only ran across one person, someone I interviewed a few weeks ago that included the parents. When
Mhm.
you have the young girls in school, when you provide them with these leadership um, ideas, when facts, when you provide them with information that helps build their self esteem, do you ever include anything for the mothers? I'm asking you because it's easy to teach our young people something when they're away from home or away from their environment, but they still have to go back. So, are you ever involving parents?
My goal with this curriculum, I have started working on a parent um component to go along with it because that was something that came up with one of the people who purchased the curriculum. They wanted a
Okay.
mommy daughter component to go with it. So I have been working on that because I think that is a important component. And so my goal is to create a workshop, a mommy me workshop, so that way the parents can have input, and they can work along with the child, and then everybody is on the same page. So therefore the child doesn't feel like, oh well, we're doing this here, but now my mom doesn't understand it. So we all, because it takes a village to raise a child.
That's right. That's right. That's right. You, you know, you sound like a very strong advocate, right?
Mhm.
You sound like a very strong advocate. What does, how do I say this? What does authentic inclusion look like in leadership for you?
Well, authentic leadership is healing before hustle. I think it includes inspiration alone is not enough.
Okay.
That's not enough. So I think we have to understand the early strengths and identify the weaknesses in order for that to, yeah,
Wow.
come to the
Is it
forefront.
hard? Is it hard to be honest with young girls?
I think honesty is the best policy. I think it's not what we say, but how we present it to them.
Okay.
It's how they're going to be, how they're going to perceive it.
And you just spoke about healing and inspiration, so I'm gonna assume you're a person with faith.
Yes, ma'am.
And with that being said, how has your faith influenced your leadership style and your approach to mentoring young women, youth, and others?
I'm a strong believer that God puts no more on us than we can bear. And what God has for you, it is for you.
Okay,
And you
okay.
have to walk in that. You have to believe that. And you have to tell yourself that every single day.
Yes, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I didn't realize until I got older, you can't wait for someone else to tell you how great you are. A
Mhm.
woman can't wait for a man to tell her how special she is. A woman needs to know that she's special, that she's great, and say it out loud. I
Yes.
love when Mary J. Blige came out with her song because I have stood in the mirror many mornings and said, "Good
Yes.
morning, beautiful."
Yes. Yes. Good morning, gorgeous. Yes.
I say gorgeous. I've said good morning, gorgeous. And I have been, I'm gonna tell you, wake up tired, not feeling real good, hair not looking good or whatever. And here we go, back to work again. And it perks me up. Good morning, beautiful.
That's right. That's right. You got to tell yourself, good morning, gorgeous. Who's going to
Right.
love you better than you?
Right. And it's great that there are women like you who are out here teaching this. What advice would you give someone who feels stuck, right? Stuck in their pain and can't see their passion or their worth?
What I would say to them is, let's go look in this mirror. Take a good look in this mirror. You're breathing. You have your limbs. You have your eyes. You have your voice. So now it's time for you to rise above, and let's take it one step like an elephant, one bite at a time. And that's what I would say to them.
I love it. I love it. Do you have daughters?
I have a daughter. Yes, I do.
Has some of your experience that you're sharing, the things that you're teaching, come from being a mother,
I would say it
not
does.
just an educator?
Yes, ma'am, it does. That would be like part of my personal life experiences because I've always wanted my daughter to be better, to have more. And I empower her every single day. She's an adult, and I still tell her, you are strong. You got this.
I,
You
I
got
love
this.
I love that because a lot of time, and no offense to any other authors or people who are creating curriculums, but a lot of times an audience will receive you better if you have an idea of what you're talking about. You
Mm-hmm.
know, you're gonna tell me what I should tell my daughter. You're gonna tell me how to get my daughter to have self-worth. Somebody's liable to say, let me ask you something, lady. You got a daughter? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'm big on experience. I'm big on have you experienced any of this or been around this? You, not only as a mother, for those of you who don't know you, you are a mother and an educator. So I like how you can combine that experience with the books and not just tell me what you've read and what you've researched. Thank you, Dr. Deborah.
You're welcome.
What advice would you well, self-doubt, okay?
Mhm.
A lot of us, well, most of us have self-doubt that creeps in. For myself, and I've made it no secret, I've said it in my lives, I'm not sure if fear comes under self-doubt, but I've had a time in my life in the morning times before I wake up, the negative things that pop into my head has a tendency to run my day. When self-doubt creeps in, even for leaders, Dr. Deborah,
Mhm.
how do you think people should handle that, or what do you recommend to assist others in overcoming it?
My first advice is, and I always say this to my kids too, first, you need to pray. That's number one.
Yes, ma'am.
You need to pray. And after you pray, go find you a positive affirmation. Because my thing is, not today, Satan. You are
Ooh,
not
hot
going to
take.
have that much power in my head, not today.
Yes, ma'am.
And you have to tell yourself that. You have to believe that.
Yes,
Because if
ma'am.
you don't believe, if you believe, you can achieve. So you
Yes,
have to
ma'am.
believe that. And you have to say to yourself, I am not going to let anybody destroy my day. They're not going to have that much power today. And if you say that, you believe that, and you just keep telling yourself that, even when somebody gets in your face, not today, not today. And you could just be kind silently to yourself because they don't know.
That's right. That's right.
They
I've
don't
had
know.
a, I've had a tendency take a deep breath, Stacy, and
Mhm.
I talk to myself. We're not doing this today. We are
Yes.
not doing this today. Your curriculum that you've created, it's on Amazon, right?
Yes, ma'am.
I posted it on my page to make sure I well, I'm saying it's on Amazon, right? I know it's on Amazon. The curriculum, why is it, well, first of all, who's it for? Is it just for the young women, the parents? Who's it for?
So the curriculum was originally written for middle and high school girls of color with low self-esteem.
Okay.
However, I will say we as older women, we can benefit from the curriculum too. And I've had a couple of women purchase the curriculum to run in their women's group because
Really?
we as an adults, sometimes we have to go back and find that little girl within inside us too.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
We tend to
ma'am.
forget.
That's right. So, what are you hoping that, we know what you want, right? We know
Yes.
what you, we have an idea of what you've written, but once someone completes the curriculum, what are you hoping they get from it?
Once the girls or women or whomever completes the curriculum, I hope that it's going to boost their self esteem and help them to walk in the leadership position that they desire. I wanted to empower them, to uplift, inspire them, and help them to utilize their voice. We've been silent for a long time, and now it's time for them to stand up and walk in their truth.
Wow. Wow. You're doing an awesome thing. I have it up on the screen for those who are watching. I love the cover. I want to ask you this because a lot of times when people are doing amazing things, they're advocating and they're actually trying to help others do better for themselves. Dr. Deborah, what does legacy mean to you? And what does legacy mean for you? Because one day you'll be leaving it behind. This is going to go on and on.
So, legacy for me is how you presented yourself while you were here on this earth. What did you leave behind? Did your why matter? Did it impact someone? It's the impact you leave behind. That's
And
what
and
legacy is.
and the youth or the woman that reads your book, what do you want her to feel when she completes it?
I want her to feel empowered, I want her to feel like she's loved, and I want her to know that she is enough. She does deserve it. It is hers. She just has to go get it.
Wow. Will you be out and about doing speaking engagements, or will you just stay behind the doors or the wall and just continue to write?
I am available for speaking engagements.
Okay.
All you have to do, you can reach me on Facebook, or you can reach me on Instagram, or if you have my personal number, just send me an inbox.
Send your
I'm
inbox.
here.
Look at that big smile. I can tell this is truly your passion. It's been great, Dr. Ruffin. It has been great talking to you. I am wishing you the very best and huge amount of success with your not only the curriculum, but with you out here speaking about it. And it's a great thing to have you out here helping our youth. Thank you.
Thank you so much again, Stacy, for having me.
No
Thank you
problem.
again.
Take care, beautiful.
All right. Good night.
Good night. Another great show. Thank you for watching. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. And if you would like to tell a friend who is not on social media, let them know that pretty soon it will be on WIAD 94.1 Mississippi Radio, and it also has a WIAD 94.1 online. Thank you for watching, and as always, don't stress too much about yesterday. Don't worry too much about tomorrow, because if we do, we'll miss living today.